Hi, you guys. Welcome back. My name is Carrie Penny. I am the Happy Crafty Homemaker, and welcome to Show and Tell number 201. I've got my Halloween shirt on. I'm feeling like a basic witch today, but it's perfectly acceptable because we are now so close to Halloween, and my shirt's so cute. I'm actually wearing like boot cut yoga pants and stuff, so like totally feeling basic. I got Halloween mug. Yeah. Anyway, so I did not upload on Tuesday like I had planned. I really haven't. Well, okay, Banner. I haven't really had like the daily reveal of what I've gotten done because, you know, we're in the house. I think like 99% out of boxes. I have 2 boxes left to unpack and it's all 3D printing things. I've got like 1 box with the filament and 1 box with the printer, and that's all I've got left to unbox here. What are you guys doing? That's the shower stall. My cats are so weird. I mean, cats are weird in general, I guess, but anywho, so as far as like sorting and organizing, I've had a couple of little things to share, and after filming this, will do a update of where we are and stuff, but really, by and large, we are done unpacking. So week 5's update will probably be our last, or my last, sharing the unpacking process and getting things together. We will hang some artwork this weekend. Troy's going to finish patching where the old alarm panel was and stuff, but really we're kind of done. So we're rolling straight into my mother-in-law's birthday, followed immediately by Thanksgiving, then getting the house ready for Christmas. And this year, because we moved, we really haven't done any Christmas shopping, so that's going to be a little bit of a kittens. Really? These guys. So hopefully next week I will finally get a PO box. I have some packages I need to drop off at the post office, and I've got the catering set up for my mother-in-law's party. I just need to put the deposit down on that, and I need to communicate with my sibling-in-laws about what the final cost is, and I need to order things like the cake, a crudité platter, a fruit bowl. We have some people who will eat banana pudding and cake, and some people who are going to eat the fruit. So anyway, there'll be a lot of like that kind of stuff going on for the next 2 weeks as we roll. We've got to go get Halloween candy because we still haven't gotten Halloween candy. Like I said last week, my oldest stepson and his family is coming to our house for Halloween. So we'll have them here for Halloween, and then a couple of days later we'll have them here for my mother-in-law's birthday / family reunion. So it's just going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot going on, but it's not going to be unpacking anymore. So Saturday's video of the 5th week walkthrough of where we are as far as we're unpacking and stuff will probably be the last video on that. Now, that's not to say that that's going to be the last video that I share in the next 6 to 12 months of me making sense of the house. So we're going to have a lot of things, a lot of projects that are still going to have to be done. Like I said, I'm not entirely happy with how I have the yarn room set up as far as like where the yarn is. So we will probably have videos that are dedicated to reorganizing and resorting how I have things. Like certain things like my Vanna's Choice I'm really happy with, but other things have kind of gotten just jammed in because it was more, this is its macro group, now I need to put it in its micro group. So I had just done that at the beginning of the year with the big yarn wall. It is what it is. But because I am more or less done unpacking, I now have my shawls all housed. I now have my scarves all put away and to where I can access them, where it's still 40 flipping degrees outside. This is normally my ideal weather. It's 40 degrees overnight and it's 70-degree highs. This is normally my like dream weather. But like I said, of course, the year I finally get a pull is the year we decide to have fall. A couple of you guys asked about that. Like, we normally don't have fall in Columbia. What do we have? What is it? We have, normally we start having highs we start seeing highs in the 80s starting at the end of March, beginning of April. And it'll be scattered, with, highs in the 60s and 70s. And then it progressively gets hotter and hotter and hotter. But we normally have like 3 or 4 weeks of fall somewhere between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And then February is generally the coldest month here. And it tends to, like, we get like our 6 weeks of winter. Not even 6 weeks of winter. It's normally like 3 weeks of winter. Highs in the 30s. Lows in the teens kind of thing. We normally get that in late January through early February or early March. And then once again, we're back to spring and it's pollen season. So we have a couple of weeks of winter, pollen season, normally not a whole lot of rain during the spring. It's just showering us with pollen. Then we'll have like monsoons for a couple of weeks. Then it's 100 degrees for 6 months straight. 12 years ago was the last time we had a proper fall this early. So yeah, it's, I'll take it. I'm a little salty because of the pool situation, but it is nice to like have my ideal weather. This is a time of year where we don't have to have the heat or the AC on, which is kind of nice. So anyway, but because I have not had to do unpacking, I have had time for crafting. And I decided one of the things I needed to do before I got too situated with the other room, the table crafting room, is I needed to make sure that the setup for like card making and stuff was sensical and logical and going to work for me. I moved the desk on the Calyx unit. So I wanted to see like how I liked how that fit, how that felt. So I did decide to take a 6x6 paper pad and make some cards out of it. So I do have some that are more or less complete. I still need to embellish these, put, some of these have little things, cut aparts on the backs of them, but I need to like stamp sentiments, do inside pieces, things like that. But the outside of these are more or less done aside from putting like something sparkly or something cute on these. So this is the first group that I have done. I do have, I think I counted 46 cards out of that 6x6 paper pad. I'm kind of surprised I got that many cards out of it, to be honest. It was a really weird paper pad. And you'll notice like, oops. You'll notice as we go through these cards over the next week or two and today, how these this really wasn't a very well coordinated set. Like, it'd be great as, if you had a whole bunch of other stuff to go with it, or you were pairing it with other things, or it was a supplement to something. But this paper pad made no sense as far as like the aesthetic or the plan of it all. So I did 2 of each of these. And I think I'm just going to put like a hello or thinking of you die cut on these. And I did take little cut aparts and put them on the back. On the inside, we just have some plain cardstock. So these are beautiful pastoral scenes. It took like 5 seconds to cut these out and do these. So, very simple, easy peasy, lemon squeezy cards. They're very pretty. I really do like the pastoral scenes. Echo Park tends to do a lot of scenic pieces like this in their card sets that I really like. Or it's Cartabella, not Echo Park. Cartabella is made by Echo Park. But I really like those, especially when I'm just using a 6x6 paper pad, because it's an easy card. All you have to do is add some gems and add a little like hello or something on there and it's done. But the scenes tend to be really pretty. This is a 2 Canoe or something like that. U2 and Canoe paper pad. It's a pretty old paper pad. I think the date I put on the spine is I got it in like 2017 or 2018. I got it from Tuesday morning, which means it was already like 2 years old before I even picked it up. And it's the only one from that brand I have anywhere in my collection. So this was my first time using any of their paper pads, and I just thought it was kind of weird. So this is based on a card sketch. I believe this was a Call Me Crafty Owl sheet load of cards. But you can see, I mean, once again, this has like nothing in common. And then once again, I took cut aparts on the back. Just a cute little decoration, nothing major. I have not put any type of inside card inside of these yet. That one says, find joy in the everyday. This one says, what a wonderful day. I've never seen this one before, which is my Angelou quote. Yeah. I really love this magnolia paper. And then on the back of this one, I did a little bicicleta. Happiness, not in another place, but this place, not in another hour, but this hour, Walt Whitman. And we got 2 of these. I did enjoy doing the cut apart that coordinated to this with the white. It's simple, but elegant. I'm going to use silver and clear dots on these. And then exhale, hello, and love is what I put on the back. See, here's where we start getting like, what? This doesn't go together. Squeeze the day. Which I think this turned out really cute. Once again, this is another, this is a different Call Me Crafty Owl sketch. And I used the sweet cut apart there, but and then with the landscapes, like this just doesn't, the colors coordinate, the color palette goes together. The papers just make no sense together. What a lovely day. This is a sheet load of cards. You're actually supposed to put these over here, but I didn't like the way the separation looked with this for some reason. But see, like this is using that landscape. I was able to pair this with like the strawberries and this knit looking cardstock. Thought that was kind of cute. These are the days we dream about when the sunset paints us gold. I really love how this one turned out. This is that same sunset landscape. But once again, like the colors go beautifully together. I mean, it is made to go together, but like the patterns make no sense together. And then we just got little tags on the back. But once again, I love how this card turned out. I think that's one of my top favorites. This one is another just simple, it was a large print that took up the entire 6x6 pad. So I'll put, you know, friends are a blessing or hello friend or something like that on here. I think I'm going to do a linear sentiment on this one, or thank you. This would be a really pretty thank you card. And on the inside of this one, I did use this marble swirl blue paper. So the inside will have some sort of sentiment on it as well. And then lastly, what I got finished on the outside more or less were these 4 cards. I did stamp a sentiment, good friends never go out of style. And you can tell where this is the sheet load of cards. This is how it's supposed to be with the separation there. And I did 4 of these. This one has no decorations on the back, and I didn't do anything to the inside of the cards yet, but I love how these turned out. These look just very clean and chic. I'll probably do some enamel dots right here, and that'll be all I do to the front of these. Really love how these turned out. And I do have some gold Elizabeth Craft Designs or something like that dots, sticker dots that are hard enamel but not raised, that I will probably add with these. This is popped up, the sentiment's popped up on this, but now I'm to where I need to stamp something to finish the card. So these are going to take a little bit longer to get the next group done. But this is 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22 cards that I got done more or less. I won't weigh these or count these to the goal until I finish at least embellishing them and embellishing the envelope that goes with them. I do have quite a bit of washi tape still that I would like to use. I need to reduce my stash, but I did get some card making done, which I'm very excited about because it's been a long time since I got any cards done. And I do need to get some thank you cards done, and I do need some greeting cards. So, bada bing, bada boom. That's not the only thing I had time to work on, though, this week. I know. Shock. Awe. Surprise. Last week we had finished objects. Today we've got cards. What's going to happen next week? I will say, working with this paper pad, though, it's been like 30 minutes here, an hour there, 10 minutes here. Like, it wasn't like a sit-down marathon like I would like to do. I need to weave in the ends on this scarf, but I did finish my sparkle scarf. Once again, this was a very, very simple pattern. I did a row of double crochet, or I chained to what looked like it would be a good width for a scarf for me. Then I did a row of double crochets, a row of filet, which is just double crochet, chain one, skip one, double crochet, chain one, skip one. So I did a row of filet, double, 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 filet, double, 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 double after that. And I did come around and do a double crochet border on this just to make the edges nice and seamless. So I will steam block this just to make sure that the eyelets stay open. But I made it, it's a little over my height. A good length for a scarf, I've said this before, is the height of the person who is receiving it. So if you're making a scarf specifically for a person, make it to their height. And that gives just the right amount of drape where you can wear it and it's going to hit just under the pelvis like this. But you also have enough length to wrap it around and have something to tuck. So anyway, I'm very happy with how this turned out. I know it's going to be a little bit softer once we get it steam blocked. It'll just soften the acrylic just that little bit to get that steam moving through the stitches. I will probably firmly block this, so we will get substantially more width, but it'll open up those eyelets just a little bit more. I'm very happy with it. It turned out really nice. This is using the Lion brand Vanna's sequin yarn that was discontinued many moons ago. I have quite a bit of Vanna's Glamour and Vanna's sequins left over still from when they were like 50 cents on clearance at Joann's. But I love just that little bit of sparkle, the little bit of shimmer. The sequins in this was very well placed, and these are very small sequins. They don't jab or stab into your skin. I've used a couple skeins of this in the past. I've knit with it. I've crocheted with it. If they ever wanted to bring this back, they need to bring it back just like this, because the sequins are great. The spacing is brilliant. It's just enough to give you that continuous hit of sparkle, but they don't stack up when you crochet. It knits the same way where you get like 3 or 4 stitches before you hit the next sequin, and it's enough spacing to where they tend to offset and they don't clump together. Oh, here comes Pippin thumping through the room. So I really like this. I wish they would bring this yarn back. I don't have a dupe alternate for this because unless you do a carry along, there are a couple carry alongs that are very, very fine. Some of those work really well. I've done that a couple of times with sequins just to get that hit of something special on there. So now we're on to WIPs. That's the only finished object I have, the cards and the scarf. But when I was unpacking, I unpacked boxes and bins that I hadn't really gone through in a while. And I found this much worsted weight open skeins. Now I did have like this one that was something that I bought to finish a blanket while we were still at the apartment and temp housing. But yeah. So we're back to making granny squares and corner to corners. I did want to share with you guys the size of that bag because I'm a little disappointed in myself that I had that many that I've missed for this long. But I did finish one granny square. I need to have a weaving party. I didn't have a needle in the bedroom when I finish this up. But I've been using, actually I finished this in the car. And I don't have one of my pouches in this bag yet because I just put it together as I was unpacking. But I finished this on the way to Mass on Sunday. I love getting these things done. I don't think I have any granny squares actually. So we're starting over for a brand new blanket. That's fine though. That's fine. I could go ahead and put a bordering yarn in my bag, and just as I finish granny squares, I could continuously join as I go if I wanted to. I do have a work in progress corner to corner scrap blanket still though. I do have 2 corner to corner blocks that are in progress in the basket. So that wasn't all I worked on out of that basket this week, but the last thing I worked on is I have pulled back out my lemon peel blanket that I started last fall when I was in Ohio. So last time I shared it with you guys, I was down here. So I've gotten this much done. So this is almost 7 feet long. It's, as I've worked on it, grown in length. And now I know it will grow a little bit in width too, especially if I, pop it with a wet towel into the dryer and let the steam kind of work its way through the stitches. It is pretty dense. This is 2 worsted weight acrylic yarns, primarily anti-pilling, and there's Mary Maxim and there's another one that's the same size as Premier Anti-Pilling in here. These were left over from doing a blanket for my dad and a blanket for one of my cousin's kids. They both did, I did blue and gray for them. Pippin is now under the glass cabinet. I swear to you guys, these cats are just bizarre. So anyway, since this is 7 feet long, this probably ought to be at least 5.5 feet wide just to make the length and width make sense. I did want this to be an extra long blanket, an extra big blanket, so Troy and I can both snuggle up and watch movies up underneath it. So this will be a fairly large blanket. It was intended to be fairly large, but right now we're at 29 inches wide. So we still have a fair bit left to go. We're not quite to the halfway point. Let's go ahead and move the stitch marker down so I don't forget. But I'm very excited about it. I really enjoy it. It's an easy thing to just kind of pick up and work on in the evenings between this and the granny squares. I mean, I really haven't had a whole lot of brain space. That's why we haven't revisited the Escherite cowl that I was working on with the Arkansas Yarn Company yarn. I haven't really had the ability to sit down and pay attention to a project. So I definitely needed things that I can just kind of mindlessly do. Lemon peel stitch is just doing a double, a single, a double, a single, and then singling in the double, doubling in the single on the next pass. So I generally start the row with a single crochet, end it with a double crochet. So I start with a single crochet and end with a double crochet. But you get this nice texture. This is, I've done a couple of different blankets now where you hold 2 together. Now I've got the hiccups. Anyway, I've done a couple of these where you hold 2 balls together and do the lemon peel stitch. And it'll be just like a basic double crochet border that goes around it. I could do a lemon peel stitch border, which would be kind of cool, but anyway. And I figured blue and gray is fairly neutral. It kind of goes with everything in our house anyway. It's not an obnoxious thing. I've got a Christmas/spring blanket that I did like this, and I have a fall blanket that I did like this that are both a little bit smaller. So anyway, that has been what I'm working on while I'm sitting there watching TV. We did finally watch Devil in Ohio, which is a miniseries on Netflix. It's got the Deschanel that was on Bones. It was pretty decent. We spent a lot of time trying to figure out what the ending was going to be. We love a good mystery. So it's not just horror. We do enjoy like just mystery thrillers. The Stranger was another like just really good thing to dive into. But it was pretty decent. It was missing a little something, that je ne sais quoi. But, you know, as far as like what we've been getting recently, a lot of things have been lacking interest at all. So I'll take it. I did enjoy it. It was engrossing. Like, we really did want to keep watching episodes just because we wanted to know what was going on, and we couldn't quite. We both called a couple of different things that ended up being the ending, but it was pretty good. I recommend it if you're looking for something to just kind of mystery watch while you're going. I don't think we've watched... Oh, we did watch a movie. I can't remember the name of it, though. It was a little bit different. Oh, well. If I remember while I'm editing this or making sure I didn't say something stupid, I will put it on the screen for you guys. But anyway, that's all I have to share with you guys. I did spend quite a bit of time talking to you, but I hope you guys didn't mind that I had a little bit of a longer video once again. On Saturday, we will have the week 5 update from unboxing, unpacking, and from there, really, like I said, I don't think there's a whole lot to share. There's some things in the garage that need to be unboxed and unpacked and put away, but really, more or less, we're kind of on autopilot through the holiday season. In the new year, we will have to do some, reorg. I have some things that I've already misplaced, like my winter pajamas. Like I said, it's 40 degrees at night. I'd kind of like to have at least like a long sleeve night shirt. I'm not sure where my flannel pants are. I had all these things. I knew where they were, and then I put them away, and now I don't know where I put them. So I do have things like that I need to find, but we'll do a whole reorg next year, and I will walk you guys kind of through what I'm thinking and how I want to do things. We did take an entire pickup truck, literally entire bed, entire extended cab, and passenger seat full of stuff down to donate. So, and we've already got another pile going. Just random things. I did have a purse that, like, I put way too much weight in it when I was going back and forth Charlotte and Columbia. So I did end up ruining a purse, which probably just needs to be thrown away. Pulled out winter workout gear, and there were some things in that I wanted to go ahead and get rid of. So there have been a lot of things that we're trying to stay on top of, purging as we go, clearing things out of our stuff as we go. I have a cabinet I still need to kind of go through. I cleaned up the cat food area where I store the cases of cat food because they go through so much wet food. But yeah, like I said, I mean, we're really done unpacking at this point, so we'll have to do a reorganization. We'll have to kind of go through things and figure out how we want things to actually flow and work. And especially once we're done with holiday decor, I'm going to have to pull out regular decor and see if I want to do a refresh, because some of the pieces we've had now for 16 years, and I don't know how I feel about them anymore. And now we've got, yet another house to decorate. So do I really want to keep those things or not? Anyway, I will see you guys on Saturday with the week 5 walkthrough. I'm going to film today, and that should be the end of that. So I'll be able to edit and smush and get everything all together once again. So one day, one and done, get her done. I love you guys. Please take care. I still haven't found my clicker. It was with that ALC and Yarnable stuff. By the way, Winner number 2 of the ALC has still not reached out. They have until the 20th, which I think is tomorrow, Friday. If not, we'll do a third drawing for it. So I'll keep you guys updated. Remember to check your notifications. If I replied to your comment, you might want to go check that out. I love you guys, and I will see you real soon. Bye, guys.